If you want to master your 1/4 inch seam, I'm going to give you a couple hints. Now, it's not just about using the presser foot that's a 1/4 inch or having the guide that's on it, which I highly recommend. Now, I know you're seeing a FOF package here, and did you know that the FOF feet actually are what fit this sewing machine? So I would head over to your Singer, well, your Singer store might be also a FOF store, but head over to your FOF store in town and pick up any feet that you want, because they do fit this machine. They also have that kind of dual feed or integrated feeding system that comes with the Singer Featherweight. So this foot happens to be one with a guide on it, so yes, that would work, and then it will line up with the 1/4 inch marking on this particular door of your machine. Now let me give you 2 other hints though. It will truly matter what thickness of thread you use and what needle you pick. If you want to truly get an exact 1/4 inch seam allowance, yes, you need to cut your fabric accurately, you need to follow your foot, but if you pick a thinner thread like an Aurifil thread, that's a size 50 weight, and you would know that because it is a orange spool that thread is wound on, and then partner it with a very sharp small needle. So for example, this is a size 70 needle that is called a microtex needle. So the needle is actually much sharper than a universal needle. So anytime I piece blocks together, I will use a thinner thread, a sharper needle. So then when I go through intersections that I've pinned, that needle will make a nice crisp stitch. Also, with the thinner thread, when you go to press open a seam, that thinner thread will not leave a little bulk. If you use a normal size thread, that fabric has to kind of lean against that heavier thread, maybe make your project shrink in size a little bit. And when I started using the thinner thread and a sharper needle, my blocks started to turn out the size the pattern said I should have. So they were finishing up 6.5 inches. They were finishing up 12.5 inches. Not 12.25 like they were, but the full size with seam allowance that I'm supposed to have. So if you truly want to get the right settings, I would recommend a sharper needle, a thinner thread, and a foot with a guide that is set up for exactly 1/4 inch seam allowance. This is a FOF, what they call a perfect 1/4 inch foot with guide for the IDT system. That's what the FOF calls that part that comes down in the back of your machine. So have fun and happy piecing now that you know how to make it perfect every single time.